Israel and the United Arab Emirates yesterday signed an unprecedented agreement allowing Emiratis to become the first of Israel's Arab neighbors to be able to visit here without a visa, and vice versa as well. Now, it's been reported some 28 flights a week are already set to be scheduled between Tel Aviv and Dubai and Abu Dhabi in the coming months. But is Ben Gurion International Airport, is Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, is Israel ready to welcome tens or even hundreds of thousands of tourists from this region? What new protocols and arrangements need to be in place for that to happen efficiently? Well, joining us is for someone who certainly has a vested interest in this issue, Flor Hassan Nahum, Deputy Mayor of Jerusalem and co-founder of the UAE Israel Business Council, and she joins us from the capital. Flor, to start with, I know you just came back from the UAE. Are we correct in assuming we are going to see the stream of tourists coming from the UAE?
Absolutely. I believe that it's only a matter of time once we've organized the visa regime and once we've dealt with the direct flights that we're going to have an influx of a new type of tourism that we've never seen, which is tourism from Muslim countries, from Arab countries.
Now, let's talk about some of the challenges that's going to pose. We have had a situation where certainly people from this region, Arabs, even Israeli Arabs, sometimes have difficulties at Ben Gurion International Airport dealing with the security protocols there. Do you think Ben Gurion Airport's going to be ready to deal with a stream of tourists coming from the UAE, from Dubai, from Abu Dhabi?
Well, I have two major concerns. One is, of course, the security in Temple Mount. I think that in general, our security is very, very strong. But we found this week only a few viral videos came out of some Emiratis visiting the Temple Mount, Haram al-Sharif, and being verbally abused by some people with a camera who wanted to make a point. So I want to make sure that that doesn't happen and that people feel safe, comfortable, and secure when they come to pray at their third holiest site. So that's my first concern. And today I wrote to Minister Amir Ohana, who's head of public security, and he's in charge of the security as well as other things of the Temple Mount. Of course, the mayor is involved, and we want to make sure that all the protocols are in place, security protocols, so nobody gets any type of unpleasantness or abuse when they go and pray in Temple Mount. The second point which you raised is Ben Gurion Airport. So listen, you know, we have a national trauma here. For many years, our terrorism, our wars came from one place, and that was unfortunately our Arab neighbors. Thank God, times have changed and we're in a new era now. And what I want to make sure is that we have no misunderstandings in the airport. The people are treated and are welcomed in the best way possible. I can tell you, I was in Dubai for a week and I've never experienced as warm hospitality as I experienced. And I want to make sure, for the sake of this warm peace that we're creating, and also for the sake of tourism and a new chapter in tourism for Israel and especially Jerusalem, that when they arrive in Ben Gurion Airport, there is cultural sensitivity to the Emirates and to our new peace deal with the Gulf.
Right, let's broaden out to the Israeli public. I mean, we know they're enthusiastic about the deal, but of course that the tourism ministry every few years seems to run campaigns trying to get Israelis to be good hosts for tourists. What in your mind has to be done in Israel, especially maybe in Jerusalem, so that these visitors are going to feel at home and comfortable to a country that is going to be a totally new experience for them, and for Israelis, a totally new experience welcoming this kind of tourist?
Well, Calev, I'm not worried. I think Israelis are very hospitable people. We're warm people as well. I'm just worried about, you know, the Ben Gurion Airport, the security at the Temple Mount. And I've been speaking to a lot of hoteliers for the last month, and people are excited for this new chapter of Muslim tourism in our story. And so I'm not concerned once they get to their hotel, to their destination, to the restaurants. I think people are really, really psyched about this peace deal on both sides. And so I don't envision any issues once they're here. I just want to make sure that the security protocols have the cultural sensitivity that they need to have for this new chapter in our story, and that Temple Mount is secure and pleasant for the visits as they will make as pilgrims. As you know, Calev, we have an incredible number of Christian tourists that come every year, bar Corona, every year. It's a big chunk of our tourism industry. All I want to make sure is that we're as ready for the new chapter in Muslim tourism as we are and we've become for the Christian tourism.
And just very briefly, is Jerusalem going to be doing anything special to try to advertise or attract those tourists coming from the Gulf?
Well, I have to say I was so pleasantly surprised when I was there because our brand, Jerusalem, is very strong in the Arab world and especially in the Emirates. People want to come to Jerusalem. They know the history. They have, like I said, their third holiest site. So it's something that they're already excited about. Having said that, as the person in charge of tourism for the city, we are currently planning a delegation of tour operators from Jerusalem, Jews and Arabs, to go out there and to be able to create the experiences here that the public there want to have.
Well, certainly as the coronavirus recedes, you could be sure Israel, especially the hospitality industry, desperately needs any stream of tourism. And certainly this new stream coming from the Gulf would certainly be a shot in the arm, not just for Jerusalem, for the whole country.
We're thrilled.
Right. Jerusalem Deputy Mayor Flor Hassan Nahum.